welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Noelle, aka MakeupEsquire, and today is day 4 recovering from my chemical peel that I did. This is the Enlighten Depigmentation chemical peel, so this is why I am showing up barefaced and we are looking quite red. And I'm definitely starting to peel. I just moisturized, so I am under strict orders not to use any makeup until at the soonest Thursday. And y'all know I typically get up on here on Sundays and get ready with y'all for church. And so I missed last week's live. I missed you all. I was in Florida. But today, even though it's going to be a shorter get ready with me, I just figured that I can show you how I'm going to be doing my makeup for the rest of the week, because I am planning on heading into work this week just like any other week. So I can't do face makeup, but I can do my eye makeup. And we're experimenting today by doing this live vertically on my iPhone. So I know for those of you that have shared that you prefer horizontal, my apologies. However, I have the feeling that sometimes YouTube tends to push out my lives more when I'm live streaming vertically as opposed to horizontally. So I'm just testing it out. However, as a compromise, I'm simultaneously filming on my actual camera. So I will upload the 2 versions. So that way, if you're planning on watching the replay, you have the option of watching it vertically or horizontally if you prefer to watch me that way. So welcome everybody in. Thank you for joining me. How is everyone on this lovely Sunday? Right now I'm just doing a quick brow. So because this get ready with me, since I'm limited and I can't put any makeup on my actual face, it might go a bit quicker. But don't you worry, I have plenty of entertainment for us. So as you can see on Instagram, the title is Get Ready With Me and Stuff, because on the side here, I've been collecting some empties, some products that I have gone through recently and have emptied out that I could chat about. And then I also got an exciting PR box actually today, right before I got up on here to go live. So I figured I could open it on camera for y'all. And so, yeah, today and for the rest of the week, I'll only be able to do makeup on my brows and on my eyes and on my lips. So on the rest of my face, I'm just going to be applying a tinted sunscreen, and that is going to have to do as far as coverage goes. So why don't we start out with that? This is the tinted sunscreen that came with the chemical peel kit. It's actually a really good tinted sunscreen. I wish that it was actually sold separately because it's a good one. And it looks like, based on my Google search, they have different shades, and this is the original shade medium. But it appears that it comes in lighter and deeper ones. But look at that. It has pretty good coverage for being a tinted sunscreen. So I'm going to show y'all that, thank goodness for this tinted sunscreen, because if it weren't for this, I would be looking like this, going to court every day this week. So I'll do like half my face so y'all can just see the coverage. And lately, I know that sunscreens have been stepping up their game when it comes to the tinted SPF category. Somebody, if y'all have been watching, I've been documenting my journey with this chemical peel. And just long story short, I did a series of very strong lasers for acne scarring, and then that left hyperpigmentation as expected. So it was already anticipated. And so now I'm just on this strict skin regimen to decrease the hyperpigmentation. And according to my doctor, Dr. Emmer, he is confident that as long as I'm religious about the skincare that he has me on, the skincare regimen that I could decrease the hyperpigmentation. So I'm taking y'all on this journey with me in case anybody else is interested in these procedures, particularly because I don't find that there's a lot of content around this. Not only has it just historically been rare for us tanner, deeper skin people to be able to do these intense procedures, because doctors a lot of times hesitate with our skin tone since it's more prone to hyperpigmentation. So I'm excited about this breakthrough technology and to be in the care of Dr. Emmer, who seems like he is very experienced in this area. So as you can see on my right side of my face, this side, that's the part with the tinted SPF. So you can tell it reduced the redness significantly. So that's just what I've been rocking. It almost makes my skin look, even though it reduces the redness, you kind of starts to show the peeling a little bit worse. So there's just nothing I can do about that, even though I would love to go in and like start to peel off the dead skin. I'm under strict orders, again, not to. But you can see the hyperpigmentation right here that I don't have the sunscreen on yet. That was left by the lasers. So that will hopefully be coming off. And they gave me 2 of those chemical peel kits. So yeah, I am assuming that they're going to want me to do a second one probably in a few weeks once I'm fully recovered for this one. But you see how like good this sunscreen is? It provides like a really good amount of coverage actually. I just don't think that you can buy this separately, but somebody in one of my comments on Instagram recommended a tinted sunscreen that she says has a really nice medium coverage. So I'm going to check with my esthetician and I'm going to see if I can use that one right now that I can't be using makeup on my face. So this is my first time getting a chemical peel like this, so I really just didn't know what to expect. And I was just told that technically I didn't need downtime, so I didn't ask for work off. But I had already taken work off during the time that I was recovering from the lasers. So, and then I just got back from Florida to go visit my newborn nephew. So I just, I could technically take more work off, but if they're saying it's not necessary, I'm just going to try to get over myself and try to not care that much that people are seeing my skin in this state, because I think we're just our own worst critics, right? Like, to me, it is a big deal and it's very uncomfortable because usually I go to work very done up. It's not the type of job where I just go to my office and sit at my desk all day. Like, I am in court litigating every day. I'm talking to clients like very closely because, it's typically confidential conversations in court. So it's just a challenge for me, but it could be worse, right? It could be worse. So I don't think anybody cares as much as we do about our own appearance. But do you see how, like, after putting the SPF on, it looks almost like worse in person, y'all? Because like later when I look at myself on camera, it seems like I'm exaggerating. But in person, it just looks like my face is peeling off. So maybe people will just think I got a really bad sunburn in Florida. And then I'm letting my hair air dry as well, because one of the things that my esthetician said was to kind of like avoid a lot of heat on my face. So when I heat style my hair, I just get really hot. And for those of us that have melasma, supposedly you're just like, as it is, supposed to like avoid like hot yoga and stuff like that. But especially during this recovery process. So I'm just channeling my Pretty Woman hair. I actually saw that movie on my trip to Florida for the first time. If y'all can believe, I know that that's a classic and that probably everybody has seen it. But Julia Roberts, as y'all probably know, just rocks her like big, curly, sexy hair in that movie. And so I'm just channeling my young Julia Roberts with this hairstyle. So let's see who's in the chat. Welcome everyone. Hi Vanessa, Stacy. Good for you for keeping up with your skincare routine. Beauty is pain, girl. You're beautiful anyway. Thank you so much, Stacy. I was showing my mom your Lashify video. She does extensions. Since watching a video, she wants to try Lashify. Amazing. That I will say is like the one thing that I'm like extra grateful for during this whole process that is like making me feel better about myself are these at-home DIY lash extension system called Lashify that I use, and I put these on myself. Right now it's kind of like a more like natural style. These are Stardusts, but because I'm having to do less on my face, I'm thinking about adding some on, and that's the cool thing about this lash system is that you can modify them to your liking. So I'm probably gonna tack on a few more, but thank you so much. Lashify has changed my life and I'm especially grateful for it during this particular time. Yes, you can get 20% off the Lashify system by going through my link. I appreciate y'all shopping through my links. If you shop any of the products that I'll be using today, which I will go into, or that I'm gonna be talking about. Welcome in everybody. How do I preppy girl, how do I convince my parents to let me wear makeup? You know what? I was not allowed to wear makeup until I was like in high school, and I snuck it anyway before that because I was just very insecure about my skin, and that's what started this whole journey for me. That's what kind of got me obsessed with makeup in the first place, is like I started wearing it at a young age to cover up my acne, and I've always struggled with bad skin. And you know, as I've gotten older, looking back, even though I wanted to wear it so badly back then, and I used to go to an all-girls school in 7th and 8th grade, and other girls used to be able to wear makeup, and so I was like jealous. But looking back, you know, and I have 5 brothers, I'm the only girl. I'm more like thankful about the childhood that I had, even though like at the time I thought my parents were like really unreasonable and strict and unfair. I can now kind of understand why parents would want to be that way with us little girls in protecting their daughters and that purity as long as they can. So just think of it as your parents are coming from a good place. I don't know how old you are, but you're going to have the rest of your life to wear makeup. And I was just as obsessed with makeup as you were at a young age. But your time will come in due time. I'm going to just put a little bit of sunscreen on my neck. The sun is going down, so, and I'm not going to be wasting that tinted one for my neck. So I'm just using the Fenty one, which smells really nice. It's a chemical sunscreen. So I'm just trying to kind of go through it because nowadays I prefer mineral over chemical sunscreens. A Last Tinted Sunscreen is what I use sometimes in the summer as foundation. Lots of coverage. Thank you for that recommendation, Stacy. I'm going to look into that one. I also, so yes, please send in your recommendations for good tinted sunscreens if you have any. I've tried the SkinCeuticals one, and that one has a nice tint to it, but not enough to give me like the coverage that I want. Same with La Roche-Posay. They have a nice tinted one. Elta MD has a nice tinted one as well. That one's kind of pricey, but you know, all of these nice sunscreens are starting to get pricey on us, aren't they? Hey James, welcome. So welcome everybody that's watching on Instagram. I'm streaming live on both YouTube and on Instagram. And hey Ren, make sure you like, please, the live. If you're watching on your phone, you can just double tap it. Oh, thank you so much, Rizzy. You're such a baddie. You're so pretty. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All right, so I have a brow on. That's pretty much the extent of which I'm doing my brow. I'm trying not to really like touch the part where it's like red right there, because that's the part where, you know, it's trying to recover. So during the week, I've just been actually doing like an extra smoky eye. I just line my lips to just give me a little bit of a contour with the Ismea. This is the contour stick. I have the shades Oak and Rosewood. It's great. And why don't we go in and do a lippy first? So I was watching Alana Davidson's YouTube video earlier. She's one of my favorite YouTubers. I've been just watching her forever, and she just kind of vlogs her life. She does makeup looks sometimes. And she used this particular lip combo that I was inspired by. So let's try it. She used either Endless Cacao or this one is Total Taupe. But honestly, they're like so similar. I think she probably used Endless Cacao. So let's use Endless Cacao. And then Boy by Chanel. And then she topped it with this Armani Prismaglass in the shade 7. And I was like, ooh, I have all 3 of those. So it looked like a really pretty nude lip combo. And I think it'll go well with this look. So yeah, so normally on a daily basis when I go to work, I do my makeup in a way that's more skin focused, because that's my particular area of insecurity is my skin. And so I like and I enjoy, you know, doing the whole like, you know, blush and highlight and bronzer and contour and, you know, a medium to full coverage look. Hey, Susan. I do invest. Thank you. Yes, everybody should invest. Although my little brother tells me I should invest more and that I spend too much on my shopping habit. But you know, not perfect. So yeah, the laser treatment is supposed to help with sunspots. Found worthy. Thanks for asking. It's supposed to help with hyperpigmentation, sunspots, melasma. And the texture of my skin as well. So fine lines, wrinkles, acne scars, all of it. And so this is part of the aftercare. That's why my skin is peeling off, because it's shedding that top layer where even the esthetician said if I wanted to keep some of those freckles that I have on my nose to like avoid going there with the peel. But I was like, they're gonna come back. Don't worry about it. They're gonna come back. Trust me. Because I'm just a very like freckly person, as you can see. So yes, hey George, welcome. Welcome in everyone. Make sure to like the live and send it out to anybody who you think might be interested in watching. Okay, so that is Chanel Boy. It's such a pretty, kind of like a cool tone lip, right? And then we're gonna top it off with this Armani Prismaglass. I at first, when I bought this Prismaglass lip gloss, thought it was just like an overpriced lip gloss, because it is on the pricier side. And the doe foot is not my favorite, but then after like using it, y'all, I really like it. It's just like a nice, solid, reliable lip gloss. And I'm typically the type to like a thicker lip gloss. This one's thinner, but it's not sticky at all. So if you're the type that really does not like a sticky lip gloss, I don't mind a sticky lip gloss. For instance, a lip gloss that is more sticky because it's like thicker, but in exchange, it kind of gives a more plumping effect, even though it's not a plumping lip gloss, is this one by Lawless. The Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Line Smoothing Gloss. These are very different formulas, for instance. So if you're not one to like something goopy like the Lawless one, which I like personally, but it's not for everyone, then you're going to like the Armani one. And the Armani one comes in a lot of lovely shades as well. So I have it in a couple of shades myself. I have this one and then this more like orangey shade in the shade 3. And I recently posted a reel on my Instagram where I used this, if you want to check out how that shade looks. So it's a pretty nudie, neutral lip, right? All right, and then for the eyes, I am going to be using, once again, the Natasha Denona. This I recently got in, the Eye Sculpt Texture and Tone palette in the soft colorway. So let's go ahead and get into that. I don't think, should I? I was gonna go without a eye base, but you know what I've been doing lately for an eye base is I've been going on with like a shadow stick, an eyeshadow stick. So like the Victoria Beckham shadow stick is great for this step. You can pretty much use any shadow sticks. Bobbi Brown has great ones. Laura Mercier, those are like the top two that everybody wears, you know. I like Thrive's shadow sticks. I have some by It Cosmetics here. So there's so many on the market nowadays, but just take a shadow stick instead of a eyeshadow primer. If you want to kind of experiment, and it pretty much serves the same purpose. In my experience, this is a shade Trench, which is pretty much my same skin tone shade almost. So it works as a good base. So the shadow sticks can still crease, but if you set them with powder, it helps them to not crease. Yes, if you're interested in going to see the same doctor who I'm under the care of, Dr. Emmer, he does have an office in West Hollywood, Los Angeles, and in New York. And I think he's in New York right now, actually. I mean, what did I say? West Hollywood, New York, and Miami. Is that what I said? Yeah, so if you're in LA, there you go. That's where I went. Yeah. I'm documenting, yes, my entire journey. I will say it was painful. It's not for the weak. But, you know, beauty is pain, just like Stacy said. All right, let's go in first with I'm going to go in with these like lighter shades here. Y1 and R1. And just do like a quick all over the lid. And yeah, we'll kind of build from there. I started watching the Victoria Beckham documentary on Netflix, y'all. I'm like hooked already. I'm probably like 30 to 40 minutes in. It's so good already. I like don't want it to end. No, I'm not allergic to fish, thankfully. All right. There's that. Now let's go in with a crease shade. So I'll probably just go in with like these like mid-tone ones right here for a cute little crease moment. Let me know if anybody on here has ever done a chemical peel. I think there's different types of chemical peels as well. So like I said, this one is geared toward hyperpigmentation. But I'm wondering if anybody has ever done any other types of peels that are focused on other things. Like I said, like I'm documenting my journey because I just wish there was more content like this out there. Kind of going into it blind myself because I don't know anybody who has, like, I don't know anybody personally who has been through these types of treatments, especially not with my type of skin tone. And I just think that there needs to be more transparency out there online because it's nothing to be ashamed about, right? It's like, I'm grateful that I'm in the position to be able to do this is the way I see it. It's a privilege. All right, I'm going in with the Victoria Beckham Satin Gel Eyeliner in the shade Cocoa. And I'm kind of keeping this close to the lash line. I love these eyeliners because they're nice and creamy. Very nice. Thank you so much. Maserati Ferrari Parts. Thanks for being here and for following along. And now I'm just taking this brush that you can find on the Fude Bubble website at the link in my bio on Instagram or in the description of this video. It is by Number 8 is the brand. And the brush is number 19. And I love it because it's like a very cute little detail pointy brush that I especially like for detail work. It's good at like smudging out eyeliner, getting into like this inner corner area here. Super soft because it's a natural hair brush. It's made of goat and Canadian squirrel, I believe. Hand bundled by the best Japanese brush makers. Just like that. So the way I'm looking at it, as even though I can't really use any makeup on my face during the week while I'm recovering from this peel, I could just use that time to do more on my eyes because when I have limited time in the morning and I have to get to work and I have to be in court by 8:30 sharp and therefore in my office before that, I have to kind of choose between where I want to put my time, right? Either my skin or my eyes, but I don't usually have time to do everything. So I'm just kind of taking advantage of having that little bit of extra time to do a little bit more of an intricate eye look. And hopefully also that will distract people from my face that is actively peeling off. It's just like awkward because it's like, I know people are like looking because I know it looks weird. But like, what am I going to say? Like, oh, like I'm recovering from a chemical peel, you know? Because then you like really guarantee that people are going to stare at your face if you like bring it up. But you know that people are like wondering like what's going on with your face. That's, I guess, the downside of like somebody like me who likes to like get done up every day, is that when you're not done up, it's like particularly noticeable. You know, people like do kind of like a double take, or like y'all have heard, probably if you're a girl, you probably experienced this too, where if you're like not wearing makeup one day or something and you're a typical makeup wearer, that people tell you that you look tired. It's so hard to look beautiful. Please don't change your hair. Oh, thank you so much. My lips look amazing too. Thank you. Eyeliner is so important on a woman. Not too little, not too much. Eyelashes, not too much. Okay, interesting. Yeah. I know that everybody's different when it comes to that. It's like definitely a particular preference, right? Some people prefer to do their lashes every day and skip the liner. Some people like to do liner and no lashes. Yeah, whatever makes you feel comfortable. If you are comfortable leaving your house without any makeup at all the power to you. Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna go into the deeper shades here. Hey Sonia, how are you? I haven't had a chance to use this palette as much because I've been traveling and I didn't take it with me traveling. I did film a Get Ready With Me while I was in Florida, where y'all got to see the ocean behind me. It's quite windy because I guess we made it just in time for hurricane season, but had no choice because that's the time that baby boy wanted to be born. So can't really do much cleaning up around the eye because I'm just trying to avoid my skin. It's kind of like awkward because I have to kind of stop like right here. I can't really like blow this eyeshadow look out. So not the most ideal, but it is what it is. Oh, thank you. Wife material. So I'm just using my KQ12S, which I absolutely love this brush by Tansedo. You can also get this on the Fude Bobo website. It's nice and precise and sharp. Helps you kind of clean up areas, just like I did right there by cleaning up the bottom of my eyebrow. Thank you so much, Sonia, for the compliment. She said you look stunning. Thank you, thank you. Y'all are so sweet. Oh, yeah, and shout out to you haters too that don't send compliments, because you're still here watching my content and leaving me comments. And you know, for everybody that says that my lips look too big, you just make me want to go get more lip filler, honestly. Hey Clarissa, no, you're not too late, girl. Thanks for joining. Looks good, says Vanessa. Thank you. Stacy, okay. Oh, you do a peel every 3 months, Susan? Interesting. Yeah, I had to be really careful about sun exposure while I was in Florida. So it was actually kind of good that the weather was gloomy for the most part. You know, Stacy, the peel, while it was on, it felt like the tiniest bit tingly, but it did not hurt. Wasn't painful. But yeah, I had to leave that peel on for 8 hours. So that was just kind of the most annoying part, was just like not really be able to do anything. And just like in general afterwards, they say not to like work out. And it's like I already had to lay off the workouts while I was recovering from the lasers for a whole week. So, not that I love working out because I actually hate it, but especially now that I'm in my 30s, I just, you know, feel like I gain weight super easily. And it just like, I felt kind of like antsy, being like sluggish, not being able to get some activity in. So today I did a workout because technically the instructions are during this recovery not to do any intense workouts. So I just did a moderate one. Let me just go in here because I have kind of like a hooded lid, and on the inside right here it's kind of like a mono lid. So I just like to deepen it up here as if I had more of like a hood right here, adding more of like a shadow. You see, I just feel like it gives this area much needed dimension. You see the difference? Mm-hmm. Beautiful nose too. Thank you. Thank you for all the compliments. Oh, you're in upstate New York, but it's cold now, but you like Florida too. Yeah, in that part of Florida where I went, it was New Smyrna Beach, and I guess there's like a lot of people that live in colder climates throughout the year, and then they have like vacation homes there. Goals, right? Must be nice. Don't listen to haters, says Clarissa. You're stunning. Thank you. It's still been hot here too. I'm in Southern California. And even though we're already in October, it's like still hot, but it's starting to cool down in the evening. Don't change anything. Thank you. The haters are gonna hate. Just adding pretty much like the only little sparkly shade there on the inner corner. I kind of want to try that sparkly shade. So there's only two like shimmer shades in this palette. Let's go in with the other like darker one, just for kicks. Kind of on the outer right here. Oh, you're in Houston, Texas, and it is hot there. Ooh, I've heard Houston gets super hot, or Texas in general gets super hot. I've considered moving out of state one day, but you know, like times like my recent vacation, when I come back to California, I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, this is why property tax is so much, because the weather here is like perfect year round in comparison to other places. It's like in Florida where my brother lives, people don't really like leave their houses because it's like we would try to go on walks, and then you're like starting your walk, and then suddenly it's like sunny, and then suddenly it's just like pouring. Like, how are you supposed to plan your day? Plan your hair? Plan your walks? So people just stay inside. It's like nobody leaves our house. So you can make your eyes look bigger by adding more depth up here by your brow. I was watching a YouTube video by Andrea Ali earlier, and she mentioned that if you keep all the darkness near your lash line, you give the illusion that your eyes are smaller. But then if you extend it and blow it out up here by your brow bone, you give the illusion that your eyes are bigger. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of bottom lash mascara. This is by Hourglass. Get my little mirror here. Yeah, it's like been so hot that like I don't even want to heat style my hair. So then I'm just gonna sweat. But I'll probably just let it like kind of dry, and then I'll, you know, for work tomorrow morning, add a little bit of like a couple curls here and there or some waves to it. But I'm just going to church for an hour, so I don't really need to like do the most. I'm just gonna come back and take all this off anyway. I'm just gonna tightline the lower lash line. Adding powder shadow on top of your eyeliner also helps keep it from transferring up at the top of the lid if you have hooded lids like me. So I'm going to add a little bit more of this cocoa liner on the waterline. Just to kind of add to the sultriness. Okay. All right, it's mostly a matte look. I'm wondering if I should add a shimmer. Last time I did a look like this, I added shimmer and it kind of did add to the look. And we were discussing during my last live how Makeup by Mario just came out with a new palette. And I'm very tempted by it. So I've been trying to, you know, suppress the FOMO by dipping into my old ones that I already have here. So let's use one of these, shall we? I'm gonna go in with this one, I think. It's kind of like a more neutrally, kind of cooler leaning taupe-ish. Thank you for the hearts, y'all. Love the look, says Kat. Thank you. These brushes have nothing on them other than what I was already using, so just kind of blowing out the crease to make sure everything looks nice and blown out as much as we can. I'm using my finger because that's just what I feel gives the most impact with shimmers. We see the difference. One is more shimmery and one is more matte. We like the shimmer. Oh, thank you, Stacy. That makes me so happy. Oh, you saw that video with Alejandra too, Clarissa? I love her, right? Same. Stacy says, I've always done my own makeup, did my makeup for my wedding. I'm still learning new things every time I watch your YouTube videos. Thank you. That makes me so happy. Eyes look pretty. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The shimmer is pretty. Not interested in buying the new eyeshadow palette by Makeup by Mario, says Clarissa, but I did order the Danessa Myricks one. Oh, thank you, Susan. Yes. Oh my gosh, y'all. There's so many releases that are tempting. That Danessa Myricks one is tempting too. Who else is getting that Danessa Myricks one? And they're both limited edition, right? Which is a shame. It's a shame because it's like you kind of feel more pressure to jump on it. But for me, I don't, because I have this makeup channel, I try to avoid getting limited edition stuff because then I feel badly like using them on camera when I can't link them later on for y'all. Like this week, I was just kind of like, you know, in a rush to headed to work. And so I was like grabbing this little palette here by NARS. It's the NARS Suede palette. And it just has like shades here that like pretty much match everything and that you can do just like a quick, easy smoky eye with. And it's so cute and compact and just like easy to grab and go. Perfect like little travel palette. But like I hesitate to show it on camera because I just looked it up and you can't really even get it anymore. So all right. All right, I'm just gonna add some brow gel. I've been using this NYX one. It's a solid, affordable brow gel. I'm not picky about my brow gels. You might already know that if you're not new to my content. I switch it up all the time. I do like the Rare Beauty one as well. Some are better than others. Benefit has great ones. Okay. It's kind of weird for me to see myself with this much eye makeup on. I feel like I need now like concealer and stuff, but I can't go in with concealer. Oh well. All right, it's just gonna have to be the look. We did really good. Hey Amber, how are you? Happy Sunday. I just finished with this eye look because I can't do any face makeup as I recover from this chemical peel. However, since we still have a little bit more time, I look stunning. Thank you. Thank you, Vanessa and Stacy and everybody for the compliments. Hey, Alicia, thanks for joining. All right, let's get into, since we have a little bit more time here, let's get into some empties, shall we? I've been collecting these empties to show y'all, and I would like to throw them out, so I'm not just collecting trash. And I like to, anytime I go through a product, set it aside so I can show y'all and chat about it and share whether or not I would repurchase, if I liked it. So I hope y'all are interested in that content. Oh, a post-church nap. I love that for you, Amber. Thanks for joining. Don't be so hard on yourself, says Stacy. Thank you. I'm trying, girl. I'm trying. All of you are so helpful when it comes to getting my self-esteem up by complimenting me. It reminds myself that we're so hard on ourselves, right? And we need to just love ourselves the way we are. Hence the natural looking hair, trying to just, you know, go to work every day without any makeup and just being okay with it. It's a challenge, but it's not the end of the world. All right, cool. So we'll do the empties first, and then we'll get into the unboxing, the PR package. Y'all know I don't get very much PR, but WONDERSKIN has always been really good to me. So I'm very grateful to them for always sending me PR, and I want to share that with y'all. All right, cool. So, and I don't know what it is, so we will all find out together. First things first, I finished this whole bottle of this Dickinson's Witch Hazel. Witch Hazel's great. I used to go to a different esthetician a while back, and she recommended Witch Hazel as a toner. She said she liked this particular brand, Dickinson's. But, you know, Thayer's has actually sent me a couple bottles of their Witch Hazel recently, and I'm very grateful to Thayer's. So I will not be repurchasing this for now because I am now trying out Thayer's. So, yeah, they hit me up and they said that they saw that I do makeup content and that they believe that great skin is important to makeup, which, hello, yes, it is. That's why I've been working so hard to get my skin right, because makeup is just more fun when you have good skin, right? So, love Witch Hazel as a toner. This is a cheap one that you can get from the drugstore. Same with Thayer's, I think. So yeah, it's a pore perfecting toner. And as a bonus, the way that I like to use Witch Hazel, and you can use alcohol for the same thing, but after, thank you so much for the super chat. After you, you get out of the shower or whatever. By the way, I would love to know, y'all, because I was having this discussion the other day with my man. He thought I was crazy that I use a Q-tip in my ears every time I get out of the shower. Doesn't everybody do that? Please let me know if I'm crazy or if you do that too. But I like to stick my Q-tip in either alcohol or Witch Hazel and clean my ears pretty much twice a day. Every time I get out of the shower, and I typically shower twice a day. So thank you. Stacy said yes. Okay. Period. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. No judgment either. If y'all don't do it as often as me, I would genuinely like to know. I always clean my ears. Oh, Amber says no Q-tip in your ears. Amber is our nurse. So yes, I know. My doctor has told me that I shouldn't go into my ear with my Q-tip either, only like on the outsides. I know that's technically doctor's orders. Y'all do not take any medical advice from me, okay? I'm a lawyer. I am not a medical doctor. Amber is our nurse here, so take her advice. I know that technically, like, it probably pushes in your earwax. I only ever do if I have a bad itch. Clarissa says, yes, of course I use a Q-tip in my ear after showers. Alicia says nothing wrong with it. I have to do Q-tips, says Susan. Me too. It's just kind of out of habit. Oh no, I be going in my ears, all up in it, says Love Bunny VP. Yes, right? It just feels so good. All right, so that is my vice, I guess, my bad habit. Um, they can hurt your ears. I know. Sometimes if you go in too deep, yes. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right. Done with the Dickinsons. Cool. Setting that aside. Next, I finished my Makeup by Mario setting powder, y'all, in the shade light, neutral light. Okay. It's a solid setting powder. It's a solid loose setting powder. Would I repurchase? Probably not. Probably not. Just because I'm just so loyal to my Huda Beauty one. I love the Huda Beauty one. The Huda Beauty one is slightly finer. And I like that like fineness of it. This one is a slightly thicker formula. So I do think you would like it more so. Pretty much for all skin types, you can use this setting powder. But I think I just like my Huda Beauty one slightly more. That's really all I can say. I feel like the Huda Beauty one is slightly more brightening. And yeah, they both do a pretty good job of suppressing my oils. Neither one leaves me like particularly drying. So I do think that if your skin tone leans more on the dry side, you would probably like this one. There's like, I think Andrea Lee is a fan of this one as well. So I don't hear like very many negative things, if any, about this one. So would I recommend it? Yes. But I just love the Huda Beauty one. And that one has been really hard to top for me in particular. I've tried all types of setting powders. I have so many. I have Sisley. I have Chanel. I've the La Prairie. I do have a couple on my wish list that I am still planning on trying. The Guerlain matte one, the YSL one. I know Clé de Peau recently came out with one, but that one has a little bit of a sheen. So I personally like more mattifying ones. So that one's kind of lower on my wish list, but I also emptied out this Laura Mercier one. I will say that these two are really similar formulas. So if you're familiar with the OG Laura Mercier one, it's pretty similar to me to this Makeup by Mario one. It's kind of like that, like a little bit thicker of a consistency, has maybe like slightly like a little bit of coverage, you know. It's just not as brightening as the Huda Beauty. So I prefer the Huda Beauty for underneath my eyes. Yeah. Oh, the ear cleaning cones. Those didn't work for Alicia, but it did for her client. Okay, interesting. Susan agrees with Love Buddy. Y'all are funny. Hey, Alex. Oh, you're super dry. You know, Amber, I heard that the new Clé de Peau loose setting powder works for dry skin. Supposedly it does. Somebody else was up in here recommending it. I think it was Amber that said she liked. No, not Amber. The other. Was there another Amber? Heather. I think it was Heather. I haven't seen her pop up in here today, but I think it was her that said she had tried it, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, let us know if anybody in here has tried the Clé de Peau one for Amber's sake, especially if you're dry. Okay. Then I went through this whole Elemis, the Pore Collagen Cleansing Balm. I mean, the Pro Collagen Cleansing Balm. This one is really great. I've tried so many cleansing balms when I do a double cleanse at the end of the day to take off my makeup. And this one I will say is probably my favorite. I've tried one that is more expensive than this, and then some that are less expensive, like from pharmacy. And I just love how this one smells. I love the consistency. It smells like a spa. It does a really good job of taking off my makeup. It doesn't leave like a film residue. It doesn't leave me feeling dry. And this is actually a good time for me to shout out Elemis, because this is, although a completely unbiased review, because I purchased this with my own money. In fact, I got this extra large one at Nordstrom during the Nordstrom anniversary sale every summer. They have this one available for a really great price. And it was on my wish list. I was literally about to purchase it when I found, and then I went to go purchase it and it sold out, and I was so pissed. Because y'all know how people be selling stuff out when that Nordstrom anniversary sale comes out because their prices are so good. And then shortly after, it was like a sign from God because thanks to you all who watch my content, you make any PR that I receive, although it's not that much. Whenever I do receive PR, I'm so grateful. And I was so excited. I was like screaming, jumping up and down when I received LMS in PR through ShopMy. So this is how you all help support my channel, by using my links when you shop. If you want to link to anything in particular, please feel free at any time to send me a DM on Instagram or leave me comments on any of these videos that I post here on YouTube. But I always have my ShopMy linked in the description of these YouTube videos. You can find it in my bio as well. But I am super stoked that they sent me a new cleansing balm. They sent me these resurfacing facial pads. I love to exfoliate my face. I do it every day. I like physical exfoliants. I like chemical exfoliants. Give me all the exfoliation because my skin is oily and it can take it. And then the Marine Cream SPF 30, which I've heard really great things about. This is supposedly like a moisturizer and an SPF in one. So let me know if y'all have tried this and what you think. Very stoked to try this. I've heard really great things about these. So I haven't tried the facial pads nor that SPF, and I'm very excited too. So thank you so much, LMS. Thank you all for using my links to make that possible. I'll report back once I finish those because I'm sure I'm going to go through those. I finished this Kiehl's SPF. It was on sale at Sephora for a really great price. I think I got it like half off, and that's why I purchased it. It's a chemical SPF. It's nice. Most chemical SPFs are nice. But like I said, dermatologists technically recommend, mostly for me at least, to use mineral, especially if you're prone to hyperpigmentation like me. For some reason, they just recommend mineral because of the way it works, and I'm not going to get into the details between mineral and chemical sunscreens, but I was mostly using this one for my neck area. And yeah, it was good. It was solid. It's a lightweight formula. It doesn't leave a white cast. It feels moisturizing, but not too oily. It claims it's like dermatologist approved. It's SPF 50 plus, UVA, UVB, anti-pollution, for all skin types. So would I repurchase? Probably not, honestly, just because I am more into mineral sunscreens. The sunscreens that I've been using right now, and a mineral sunscreen that has like a similar consistency except is a little thicker, actually, is this one right here by Good Molecules. I'm pretty sure this one's a mineral one. Yeah, mineral sunscreen, SPF 30. And Good Molecules is very affordable. You can get it on Beautylish. I don't have a link to Beautylish anymore, so I don't make any profit by shouting out Good Molecules. But Good Molecules is like Beautylish's skincare brand, and they provide skincare at a really affordable price. And I took this to Florida to share like with my family. And, you know, I have boys, I have brothers, my dad that used this, and he was like, it's not like cakey, isn't it? I don't think he used that word, but he was just like, it's not greasy, is it? And I'm like, no, you're going to like this one. So, and I've been told that as long as you use SPF of 30 and up, that you're good. So that one's a solid, affordable mineral sunscreen that doesn't leave a white cast. This is not an empty. But I just had it set aside here to show y'all that it's a similar consistency to that Kiehl's one. And it's nice and lightweight and not oily. And it doesn't really leave a white cast, which is nice. It's kind of hard to find in a mineral sunscreen. I took this one to Florida with me too, to just really make sure that my skincare was on lock. This one's the ultraviolet one. which is made in Australia. This is definitely a thicker formula. It has a slight tint to it, but it's not going to give you any like significant coverage. It's SPF 50 blurring mineral sunscreen, a super smoothing, softly mattifying skin filter. It's not mattifying enough for my personal preference. I still kind of got shiny, but if you're not particularly oily, I don't really have anything bad to say about this one. It's solid, and they say that sunscreens that come from Australia are really reliable because their standards there are very high. I guess the highest in the world because the sun in Australia is the highest. This one is pretty much a empty. I barely have any left in this one. This one's great. I do recommend it. I don't recommend to travel with it because the lid is not very secure. So that's why I did not take it to Florida with me. It has 10% zinc oxide, and that's what I look for in my mineral SPFs. Just look at a high zinc oxide percentage. That's what I've been told by my dermatologist. Oh, that makes sense, Amber, that good molecule ones have chemical filters as boosters also, because for it kind of feels like a chemical sunscreen. So I thought that was odd that it was like marketed as a mineral one when it felt like a chemical one. So this one is a little bit thicker, has a slight tint to it, but this one lays well under makeup as well. So it pairs well with their liquid canvas if you like their liquid canvas primer. So I've been using those together. And then another face wash that I went through, and honestly, I would not repurchase this. I purchased this in a pack from my man who just, I cannot get him to use skincare really. I'm lucky if I can get him to use SPF, even though I beg him to. And this came with like an SPF and this facial cleanser that is a deep dive glycolic facial cleanser with kaolin, clay, and volcanic ash. And it was just sitting there collecting dust. And so I knew he wouldn't use it himself. So I took it and I used it. Thank you so much for the compliments. Thank you for all those who are joining. Kiehl's is nice. Yeah, Kiehl's has some great skincare products. Yeah. Yeah, you like Kiehl's too, Alicia. Good to know. You like the Tatcha one too, Amber. Oh yeah, the Japanese cleansing oils are really amazing. I love Solowazu's cleansing oils, but they could be a little bit pricier. But I agree, those are really great. You love the Tatcha too, oil too. Yeah, the Tatcha oil is nice as well, huh? I've tried that one too. Oh, you don't like the way the Elemis one smells? Yeah. I know that the scents aren't for everyone. Okay, cool. Yeah, I have the Clé de Peau pressed powder, if that's the one you're talking about. And that one's great, by Clé de Peau's pressed powder. It's nice and lightweight. It's not like oil suppressing enough for my liking, but it's a good one. It's very lightweight. Oh, thank you, Rocio. Welcome. Yes, I'll be posting the replay. So holler if you're watching the replay. I'm also simultaneously filming on my camera. So if you prefer to watch this replay in horizontal form, I will upload both versions for you. I'm just trying to film on my phone to see if YouTube pushes it out more. Okay, so that's the Jack Black one. My favorite product that I've tried from Jack Black, even though they market for men. So if your man is the type to use skincare, or like, I also find that like things like this make good gifts, because you know how it is with men, like they're not going to like treat themselves to skincare, but like, you know, the holidays are coming around, and I think that it's more likely for men in your life to use skincare, probably, maybe for some men, if it's marketed more as like a men's skincare line. And this one's carried at Sephora, but they have a really great SPF lip balm that I like. And I like it because it comes in a squeezable tube. And so if y'all live in a hot climate where your chapstick melts if you leave it in the car. That's where I like this lip balm. But honestly, nowadays there's so many great lip balms with SPF in it. But again, like I said, we have to protect our lips too, because they get wrinkly too from sun exposure. And I think that's where a lot of times we forget to put SPF. And so if we, like when I go and I walk my dogs, I wear a fanny pack where I attach their leash, and I just throw in one of this Jack Black like lip balms, because even if I'm wearing lipstick or something, it's just clear and it's matte and it's not really going to mess with like the lip that I have underneath. And it is moisturizing. So especially for the men in your life, it's a good one because it's mattifying. It's not going to leave their lips shiny like a lip gloss. So I've gifted the Jack Black lip balms before. They come in like packs at Sephora. So those are great as well as like stocking stuffers or whatever. Okay. And then the next thing, yeah, Clarissa, a couple of other, let me see, lip balms that I have here on hand that I've been alternating between that have, you know, we used to not have all of these options for lip balms with SPF, and nowadays there's so many great ones on the market, but I could recommend any of these. The Ultraviolet Sheen Screen SPF 30 Hydrating Balm. This one's a little bit thicker of a formula than these others. So this one, like I said, is the same brand as this SPF from Australia made SPF brand at Sephora. In Beauty Sun Balm SPF 30. Says this one has squalane, jojoba oil, mango, and shea butter. And I got the shade pink, but they have a couple other shades as well. And then K Skin has a great one as well. K Skin has this SPF 30 lip balm, and I got it in nude ting, I mean. So I would recommend any of those three if you're looking for a good lip balm with SPF in it. You think those lip balms are one of their most successful products? Yeah, right? Aren't they so good? All right, I went through this whole body wash. This is the Way Melrose Place body wash, and right now I'm working through their other one that I forgot the name of right now. I'm blanking, but it's in their white bottle, and they both smell glorious. This one smells more like roses, like floral, and usually I'm not big on rose, but I can definitely tolerate this one. It smells really good. And then their other one, yeah, St. Bart's. Thank you, Amber. I blinked. The St. Bart's smell that I'm going through right now, the body wash smells more like, to me, it smells kind of like a pina colada. So I would recommend either one. It's just kind of a matter of preference, but it's a really nice body wash. And yeah, it lathers nicely. It smells good. I really don't have anything bad to say about, yeah, the packaging is nice. I like packaging that is like a push thing, as opposed to like a twist off, because you know, when you're in the shower, you don't want to be like messing with like a twist off and then twist the thing back on. So anyway, that's that. I also really like Necessaire's body wash. So I would recommend the Necessaire one too. I really like the eucalyptus smelling one. So I've been through that one too. All right. And then I also went through this Yerba Mate Resurfacing Energy Facial, and it seems like this thing lasted me forever because I only used a little bit at a time. But this is like an at-home microdermabrasion. So this is an instant microdermabrasion enzyme treatment, and I'm a big fan of these. Any estheticians watching can weigh in on what they think about these type of products. But it says formulated to smooth skin texture, even skin tone, and improve radiance. You're supposed to apply an even layer to the skin, to damp skin. Leave it on for 2 to 3 minutes, allowing the enzymes to activate, and then add water and gently massage in circular motions to complete the resurfacing treatment. Rinse off, use 1 to 3 times a week. So, yeah, so this one is great to exfoliate. I really just like how it leaves especially like right now that I'm peeling, if you use retinols or like tretinoin, This is really great to use to help get rid of like that dry skin. I just can't use it right now, I'm sure. My esthetician would probably not approve. But I really like these types of products. I'm just trying out a different version right now that's in my shower by Kiehl's. Kiehl's has a very similar one. And honestly, I can't really tell the difference. The only thing that I like about the Kiehl's one better is the packaging, because it comes in like a squeeze tube as opposed to having to dip my finger in this one. But like I said, this one lasted a really long time and I'm happy with it. And this was kind of like the first time that I tried one of these types of products. And yeah, now I'm kind of hooked on them. So love that. And then wrapping this up real quick, y'all, I'm just going to open this PR package with y'all as promised. Thank you so much to WONDERSKIN. I'm very excited. Every time they come out with a new product, they'll send me what they are coming out with. Oh, wow. Long wear that feels like nowhere. They're coming out with, it looks like a foundation. Hyperbound Serum Foundation. Wow. Okay, that's the description. I'll probably just save you guys from having to read that whole thing. But this is really cool. It's supposed to be weightless and breathable, 24-hour proof, waterproof, transfer proof, sweat proof, a radiant skin-like finish, and it has 20 different shades. It says it's hydrating. Cool. All right. Thank you so much, WONDERSKIN. Oh my gosh, what a dream to receive. Look at, like, they thought about my skin tone. This is like the first time, y'all, that I've received a foundation in PR. I've never received like a foundation or like a concealer. So I just feel so special that a brand actually like went out of their way to send me like shades that would be for me too. Like somebody on their team clearly chose the 3 shades that they thought would be most suitable for me. So thank you so much, WONDERSKIN. I'm so appreciative. This is the Curve Blender. That is so cool, y'all. I'm super stoked. It looks like they sent like really good shades too. Shout out to them. Usually I'm like used to receiving like, you know, things for lips or eyes, you know, just like the same stuff that they use, that they send everybody. But this is so cool that they tailored these to my, what they believed would be my skin tone. I'm particularly eyeing this like olive leaning one because I'm pretty olive. That one looks like a good shade match. So they sent over, so this one's Afterglow, Mesa, and Energy. So cool. This one's like, looks like a little bit more cool tone leaning, like a little bit pinkish, a little bit of an olive undertone, and like a warmer leaning undertone on this one. Yes, skin tone is very important, right? Especially when you're olive. Yeah, so I'm very, yes. I agree. It's very important for lines to come out with different undertones. So that's really exciting, y'all. Once I can start to wear foundation, I will keep y'all posted. I might film like a little short or something, letting y'all know my first impressions. As always, y'all know I'm going to be honest about anything, even if I receive them in PR, although I'm always grateful to receive PR. So very exciting, since I think this is like the first complexion product. Other than, I think they sent me their pressed powder, but that's just like a translucent universal pressed powder. But yeah, I'm very lucky to receive PR for just like any brand to acknowledge a small creator like me. I pinch myself every time. It's still surreal. So, all right, y'all, that's it. We'll leave it here for the day. Thank you so much for joining me on this Sunday live. I'm here every Sunday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Set your notifications so you get notified every time I go live. Share this to everybody, your friends, your foes, your family, anyone who you think might be interested in watching my content. Please go ahead and like the live. leave me a comment down below, especially if you're watching the replay. And that is that. God bless you as well. Thank you so much. I will pray for everybody at church today. Bye. Thank you, everyone. Love you.